What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So we've been getting a lot of questions about Social Security, the fourth stimulus check, possible the family tax credit, different things like that. What is President Biden doing? What is the plan for Democrats moving forward? How does the infrastructure bill actually factor into a fourth stimulus check, additional unemployment benefits, and the child tax credit? So I'm not going to address all those things in today's video because obviously that would probably be a 40 to maybe a 60-minute long video, and chances are you wouldn't watch it all, okay? But I do want to answer a bunch of your questions. First off, what is going on with the fourth stimulus check? What I can tell you right now, and I've said this morning, I said this yesterday, and I've said it for the past couple of weeks, is I do not expect a fourth stimulus check to even be brought up in tomorrow's congressional address from President Biden. I don't think that's going to happen, okay? It could. It honestly could, and that would be great for many people. However, I don't think that is going to happen. First off, today, President Biden stopped answering questions because he said he was going to get in trouble. So I don't think President Biden is going to come out tomorrow and shock the world or shock the nation and say, hey, I support a fourth stimulus check. But here's what I do expect. Okay, and this is exactly what many experts are expecting as well. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on YouTube reporting the daily updates. Here's what we know. First off, the fourth stimulus check is not at this point considered an essential piece to the next proposal or next bill. The infrastructure bill, the infrastructure package, is mainly infrastructure. We got real infrastructure, and then we got social infrastructure, which is, child care and things like that. Again, that's the proposal that should be unveiled tomorrow. The real infrastructure is that $2.25 trillion infrastructure package that President Biden proposed like a month ago. Maybe it's like 3 weeks or a month ago. So it's been a little while, but yes, that is one. The thing that gets unveiled tomorrow is a different one. They're going to put those kind of two together, and according to reports, they're actually going to pass them separately. This is something that Democrat Dick Durbin said he does not like this idea, but that is currently the plan. Now, in regards to the fourth stimulus check, what we are hearing as of right now is there's over 100 Democrats that are pushing for a fourth stimulus check. But just because they're pushing for this, some are calling it a fourth stimulus check. Others are calling it additional stimulus, which makes me wonder, is it actually a stimulus check? Or are they referring to extending unemployment benefits, which is technically stimulus, as far as that $300 boost per week? Or are they referring to the child tax credit? Because as of right now, the $3,000 or $3,600 per year child tax credit is supposed to get extended. That is one of the provisions within this next infrastructure package. So what I can tell you is when we are talking about the fourth stimulus check, some lawmakers are seriously talking about a fourth stimulus check. Some are saying they want to see a $2,000 stimulus check immediately and then follow that up with a $1,000 per month stimulus check. We got reports that others want to see $2,000 per month. There are some that would like it to be somewhere around $1,000 to $1,200 per month. Again, these are monthly. And then we have some that say, no, let's just do $2,000, a one-time payment to the hardest hit individuals, which would be the lowest income earners. This would include people on SSI, SSDI, veterans, people like that, even some, college students, lower income earners. And lately, the reports that we're getting are blacks, women, and Latinos. Those are the ones that have been impacted the most. So as of right now, that's what we're hearing, that Democrats want to pass legislation that provides some type of relief to the lowest income earners, because as of right now, those are the ones that are continuing to be impacted negatively because of this pandemic. Now, I don't want to come on here and say it's just going to be the low income earners that are going to get a stimulus check. As of right now, honestly, there's no bill. There's nothing. There's nothing that says we are going to have a fourth stimulus check. It's not guaranteed. So as of right now, honestly, I'll be 100% honest with you. There's a 50-50 chance that a stimulus check happens, but there's a higher likelihood of a stimulus check not happening because lawmakers are planning on doing other forms of relief. These are things like the child tax credit, and I get it. I understand a lot of you guys are very, triggered by this and upset that why is Congress just focused on parents with children? Why aren't they focused on the elderly? Why aren't they focused on younger adults, people that haven't started a family yet? Honestly, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I've had, probably sent out, over the past couple of weeks, maybe over a dozen emails to different lawmakers trying to get a response. Nothing. Probably done, I'd say, a handful of phone calls. Haven't received anything back. Left messages, but that was about it. So I haven't received anything back. Do I think they heard my message? Probably. Did they get my email? Yes, probably. But this is what you can do, and this is exactly what many lawmakers are saying, is reach out to your representatives and let them know how are they doing. Okay, what could they fix? What are the issues that you see? Because maybe they don't see those issues. So let them know, hey, you're providing all this relief for families, for children, but what about us that do not have children? What about us that aren't fortunate enough to be able to have children? Or what about us that had children, but now they are grown, they're adults themselves, and what about us? We're just getting Social Security. Or what about us that we're college students? We haven't had the chance to start a family yet. Plan to, but we haven't started yet. Now, this is also why some lawmakers are saying that we do need to provide additional relief to others. But here's the tricky part. And again, this is where things get very confusing. What I can tell you is right now, lawmakers are looking at every possibility to provide additional relief to the American people. The easiest way to do it is with a stimulus check. And this is why I keep bringing up a stimulus check, because that is the easiest way to do it. But other lawmakers, for example, Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema, they do not believe a stimulus check so close to the $600 stimulus check, so close and on the heels of the $1,400 stimulus check, it is not needed. We haven't seen the benefits of the $1,400 just yet. Honestly, I see the benefits. I see what they're doing. You see it all over the news. You see that they're helping, but lawmakers say, no, we haven't seen it, really impact the economy yet in the way we should, where we would want to send out an additional check. So again, here's where it gets confusing. Lawmakers want to pass all these different pieces of legislation to hopefully cater to the different groups, right? Senior citizens. How do we cater to them? Well, we'll give them a stimulus check. Well, if the stimulus check isn't on the table, what do they get? Nothing. There's nothing there for them. Oh, they got the 1.3% cost of living adjustment. That was in January, but the cost of living adjustment doesn't even cover the inflation of some of these products that they're buying. Medication, gas, things like that. Essentials. They can't even afford it. But then you got some lawmakers that say, okay, let's figure out a way to pay for and give relief to senior citizens and people on Social Security. How do we do that? Well, one way is, and this is exactly what's being talked about, and this is where this anti-poverty plan that Democrats are talking about or proposing, kind of changing the name of the American Family Plan to the anti-poverty plan. But this is why many Democrats at this time are pushing and have urged President Biden to include a Medicare provision within the infrastructure package where it brings down the age. Instead of 65 as your eligible age for Medicare, you actually would start at like 50, 55. There's even been talks of throwing in 60 there, just so that more people can qualify. So this is currently the relief that lawmakers are proposing for senior citizens. Well, what about younger adults that are most likely are going to be in college? How would we provide them with additional relief? Well, simple. You do student loan forgiveness. And this is exactly what lawmakers are pushing for, mostly Democrats, or pretty much all Democrats, no Republicans. But here's the issue. Now lawmakers say, Democrats, for example, are saying if we provide student loan forgiveness to people that have, let's say, $10,000 in student loans, that's great. It's going to help them out. Perfect. We're 100% fine with that. The issue is, what about those that couldn't get a student loan and put their education on a credit card? What if they had their parents refinance their house so that they could go to school? how is that fair that we're going to pay off student debt that is in the form of a federal loan, but we cannot cater to those that found a different way? They got a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, and they paid for school that way, through their parents did. Or they used their credit cards, or they just paid cash because they worked, for years to just go to school. They didn't want to have any debt, so they just paid it off. What about those people? Democrats are saying at this time that that's not fair. We need to be fair. We need to give every single American additional relief. How do we do that? Again, this is where it's confusing, because parents are going to get the child tax credit. We already know this. It passed in the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. Okay, that $1.9 trillion stimulus package that passed back in December. Okay, we know that. Actually, that wasn't the one that passed in December. That passed on March 11th. Excuse me, the one that passed in December was that $900 billion one. That included the $600 stimulus checks. So what we know at this time is Democrats are saying we have to be fair. We know parents are going to get a stimulus check. Okay, it's not really a stimulus check. It's a tax credit that's going to be, shown on your 2021 tax return. But the payments will start coming in July, according to the IRS. Now, we haven't really heard any new updates on that, but the portal is being worked on. It should be ready to go sometime in June. Parents can log in. They can, input their information, their banking information, how many children they have. Maybe they just had a new child. If they did, congratulations if you did. And so you can start to claim that child now instead of waiting until, let's say April of 2022 to receive your payment of most likely be $3,600 for that newborn baby. So the parents are going to get, some form of relief. Is there going to be additional PPP funding for businesses? Are we going to see people get enticed to go and get the vaccine? Today, President Biden, he is now pushing for the new mask mandate. He says, as of right now, according to the CDC, that it says the bottom line is clear. If you're vaccinated, you can do more things more safely, both outdoors as well as indoors. This is coming from President Biden. He says, so for those who haven't gotten their vaccination yet, especially if you're younger or thinking you don't need it, it is another great reason to get vaccinated now. This is what he said earlier today. President Biden is urging, so is the CDC, they're urging people to go and get their vaccine so that they can go and gather in small groups without a mask, right? And even in, I think it's West Virginia, the governor of West Virginia, this is exactly where Senator Joe Manchin is a senator out of West Virginia, but they're proposing $100, it's like a savings bond or something like that, for anybody that goes and gets vaccinated. They're going to pay you $100, pretty much $100 stimulus to go and get vaccinated. So right now what we're seeing is people are being enticed to go and get vaccinated to help crush the virus, according to Nancy Pelosi, right? But at the same time, there's groups that are being neglected. And that is what I really want to address, because right now what we're seeing is Congress is in just a disarray. They don't know what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. They're waiting on President Biden to see what he's going to propose tomorrow. As of this morning, or actually this afternoon, earlier this afternoon, there were a few reports that President Biden is still working through the different provisions, and he's not exactly sure what is going to be in the plan that he unveils tomorrow. Again, we're a little bit over 24 hours away from when he's going to unveil this, but again, he's still working on it. This just shows how things are moving. It's very slow. The American people still need help, right? People are still losing their homes. People are still behind on bills. People still cannot afford food. The rental assistance coming from the states is so slow. Many landlords, many tenants aren't even able to use this relief because they either don't qualify or the landlord is saying, nope, I'm not going to take it. I want you to pay me 100% of what you owe me, not 60% or not 80%. So again, there's a lot of issues here. And Democrats are calling for some type of, maybe a little bit of a reform. Let's go and amend what happened in the last bill because it's not working. We need to mandate that states are going to pay 100% of whatever the tenant is behind. Because as of right now, states are trying to, extend and kind of, make that money go a little bit further, right? They're grasping at straws here, but according to some, they say it's working. As of right now, I think there's so many homeless people at this point that obviously the rental assistance is not working. So we also know, as of right now, Democrats are talking. They're trying to figure out ways to do things, easier. We know they have a budget reconciliation that they can use. According to Senate Democrat Joe Manchin, he would not support an additional budget reconciliation, so that creates another issue there. But again, everything's going to come down to whatever we see happen tomorrow. My guess is we will have little updates here and there. There will probably be a huge leak at some point. It will be breaking news that this is what President Biden is going to propose. My guess is there's going to be a few surprises along the way. We have heard there will be the capital gains tax that will be included, but they do say only 0.03% of Americans will be affected by this. It's about 500,000 people will be impacted by this capital gains tax. That is going to be, like 40%, 39.7%, something like that. But you have to make over $1 million per year. So good thing is, most people aren't going to qualify, or most people will not, top that, so they don't have to worry about that capital gains tax. That is good news. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, please let me know down in the comment section below. One of the things that I always do is I read through your comments. I read through your comments and figure out, okay, what are you guys wanting to know? What are the questions you have? How can I better serve you? And so I read through your comments, and that's usually where I get, a lot of the ideas for the videos is, mostly the questions I get are, what's happening with that fourth stimulus check? That's one of the reasons why I keep talking about it, is because you guys keep asking. And so I want to keep you updated on everything that's going on. I know sometimes I maybe touch on things a bit too much. I touch on things multiple times throughout the day, but it's because that's what you guys want. So again, let me know what you guys have questions on. All you gotta do is ask your questions down in the comment section below. I will get to that. I'll try to respond if I can. There are still those scammers out there. Okay, I just want to warn you guys. There are still those scammers that it has my name on their channel. However, there's no check mark next to it. And they're always trying to get you over to WhatsApp. They're asking for Bitcoin or things like that. I won't ask you for a payment ever. Okay, I'm never going to talk to you on WhatsApp. If I ask you to send me an email, I usually don't even give you my email. You have to go to YouTube. Here on YouTube, go to my About page. You'll click on the little thing to show email, and then you can see my email there. Other than that, I don't give out my email. You actually have to do the work to find it, and then you can send me an email. So if you have any questions through email, you can also contact me there as well. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, if you can, go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe so I can keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.